Hello and welcome to this channel where I talk about trading in the crypto market. I am going to show you guys how I enter these trades, what I look for before entering the trades, and most importantly, some of the rules that I never break.
And welcome back. So today I am going to be showing you my thoughts and what I think is going to happen in the coming future in regards to BTC. And looking at it today, all I can say is I guess I told you so. For the past few, 3 to 4 videos that I've made, I've mentioned and I've strongly pointed out the fact that I am expecting a huge downtrend in BTC. And as you guys can see, I marked out the supply zone in my last video and I wrote this down. I didn't write it down all the way. I do follow my bias of a 1.5 ratio, especially if I'm going in high lev. But yeah, although I did point out the demand zone in the bottom that did not get filled. It broke it, which I think only proves that this is even more bearish at the moment. This is the supply zone that I actually entered from right here. And then down here, as you can see, there were multiple possible bounce back demand zones from here maybe, or even from here. But as you can see from now, where is it? It stopped right here. So this is like a good zone that we're hoping that BTC doesn't break right now. It did break this one, which actually proved to be very bearish to me personally. So I'm gonna stress this as hard as I can. I am not going to be entering any trades for the sole reason of how unpredictable it is at the moment. Personally, I am gonna be expecting a correction from here. This point here where it broke, this already proved to me how bearish it could be. But the thing is, right after it broke that, it went back in. So this can be a whole big fake out. So now people are gonna be like, oh, it's bearish. Because keep in mind, we need to look at it always from the big institution's point of view. So if you look at it now, as a retail trader, I'm going to be like, okay, so it broke down, but it came back up here, right? So now, from here, if it goes down, it came back up, I'm gonna expect, oh shit, I should sell. Why? Because it broke the main trend line. That's what the retail traders are going to think. So now, personally, from an institution POV, it's gonna have to, the institutions, the way they make money, they're gonna have to go against the market, against the retail POV trading. But of course, unless there's a bigger holding support zone where it has actually not broken yet. So it's not that I am seeing any, but it does look like that was a big break of the trend. So personally, I do not think BTC will be moving any crazier from here. Probably gonna be either a range trade, maybe with a small move up personally, because I feel like in the long term we're still very bullish. If it does go down though, if ever it does range trade and then it does sort of go down, we're gonna have to look at the higher time frame, possibly the 4-hour, and maybe look at some possible demands like this one right here. This one was a big demand that actually did not get filled yet. This one, yeah, I think it did have a slight touch. In fact, yeah, it did, and it broke out. So we need to keep going back time frames to figure out what do we think and what do we expect to happen. Because I feel like personally, a lot of people say that trading is just gambling. Trading is just always controlled by the burger markets. You're never gonna make any money. But the thing is, the way you make money is by cutting down probability and cutting down to the highest possible expectation of where price will go. It's not all about just entering a trade based on trend. You need to look at all perspectives, understand the market. Why are people selling? Why are people buying? I mean, look at I haven't actually checked the fear to grid in quite some time, but as we can see here, it is still very greedy. It's still at the same mark as before. So there's still volume from retail. I mean, of course, we can see from this MACD indicator. Wait, let me just bring this up a bit. How's the volume? volume's pretty decent, I guess. That's all I can say. Yeah, but it broke down. Although, see, this is what I'm talking about. Based on the RSI, it broke down here. Very bearish when it broke down. But then the thing is, when it came back up, this line here, it came back up, right? Wait, let me just delete some of this. As you guys can see here, let me show you here. This is when it broke the trend. Like it went below it, so now people think, oh, it's going to be bearish now. But since it broke back up right here, right exactly here, that's when the RSI also broke out of the yellow line. This means that it can go both ways. Either this breakout was a fake right there, or this hold down was a fake, that it's actually going to go back up now. So this is what I'm trying to say. This might have been a fake, right? This might have been a fake, and now it came back into this line, so it plans to maybe trade upwards. Or this was actually a huge sell, and now this is a fake. So now people are saying, oh, maybe it's back up to bullish, but actually they plan to sell it down again. See, now those are two possible. So what I would suggest, as usual, is go back to the higher time frames, like we did right now in the 4-hour, and look for the possible supply and demand zones where we would think institutions will have to fill up to get their money back. Of course, the thing is, at the end goal, they are going to fill it up, but the big prediction is when, and this is going to happen now. The thing is, most of the time they will, of course, institution for UV, they would want to fill it up as soon as possible, which is why we always look to trade right into those zones as soon as possible. And based on that, personally, this is just a quick little update of what I think is going to happen. This zone was exactly tapped in right here. This is going to be the demand, which was exactly tapped. And now, personally, I am not going to be doing much of huge predictions at the moment, but this was more of a video showing about how I look at the market and how, from my perspective, how I would enter, how I would exit, how I would stay out of them. Everything for me is surrounded by how the SMC concept based on big institutions controlling the market. That's how I do it. If you guys want to learn more, maybe on the Elliott wave or any other strategies that you would like me to expound on or learn, and like this is also a learning process for me, I want you guys to keep that in mind. And yeah, so I guess I hope you guys did enjoy, or if you have any questions or anything you guys would like to know, or you would like me to expound on like why I look at the institutions. I mean, the answer is fairly basic, but I have a lot of materials that you guys can use to actually learn from who I learned actually the Ment way from Ment. And if you guys would like to learn it as well, let me know. I will give you guys the materials. I plan to start up a membership where you guys will have exclusive content specifically to maybe somewhat Signals, but Signals is not something that I really follow because I feel like everyone must have a trading way to actually become successful. It's impossible to always copy trade because it's not very likely to get the perfect entry point and exit points and all the, maybe unless you do order books and all that, but that's completely different. So I just want to end this off by saying thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.